The unexpected arrival. The ISV Odyssey drifted through the inky void of uncharted space, its sensors probing the unknown with restless vigilance. Captain Aria Novak stood on the bridge, her eyes fixed on the viewscreen displaying an endless expanse of unfamiliar stars. The Odyssey's mission was one of exploration and diplomacy, seeking out new civilizations and establishing peaceful relations wherever possible. Suddenly, the calm was shattered by an urgent alarm. "Captain, we have an incoming vessel off the port bow," Lieutenant Commander Mikhail Petrov reported from the tactical station. "Configuration unknown, but it's massive." Aria narrowed her eyes at the viewscreen as the alien ship came into view. It was a behemoth, easily dwarfing the Odyssey in size and bristling with technology far beyond anything the human crew had encountered before. "Hail them," she ordered, straightening her uniform. "Let's hope they're friendly." A tense silence fell over the bridge as they waited for a response. Then, the viewscreen flickered to life, revealing an alien figure unlike any Aria had seen before. The being was tall and lithe, with iridescent blue skin and piercing silver eyes that seemed to stare directly into her soul. "I am Commander Xyloth of the Kalanorian Empire." The alien spoke, its voice resonating with an otherworldly timbre. "Your presence in our space is unexpected, humans. State your intentions." Aria stepped forward, meeting Xyloth's gaze with a mix of caution and curiosity. "I am Captain Aria Novak of the ISV Odyssey. We come in peace, seeking to explore and establish diplomatic relations with the civilizations we encounter." Xyloth tilted his head, considering her words. "Your diplomacy is noted, Captain Novak. However, I must speak with you privately on a matter of utmost importance. I will come aboard your vessel at once." Before Aria could respond, the transmission ended abruptly. She exchanged a wary glance with her first officer, Commander Ilara Voss. "Prepare the airlock and assemble a security team," she ordered. "Let's find out what the commander wants." A peculiar request. Aria stood face to face with Commander Xyloth in the Odyssey's dimly lit conference room, her security team standing at the ready just outside the door. Up close, the alien was even more striking, his iridescent skin shimmering under the artificial light. "Thank you for agreeing to meet with me, Captain Novak," Xyloth began, his silver eyes fixed intently on her. "I come to you with a request that may seem unusual for a first contact scenario." Aria raised an eyebrow. "I'm listening, Commander." Xyloth hesitated for a moment before speaking again. "My species, the Kalanorians, are facing a strange affliction that has eluded our understanding. It manifests as a gradual deterioration of our physical and mental faculties, with no discernible cause or pattern." "I'm sorry to hear that," Aria replied, her tone sincere. "But what does this have to do with us?" The alien commander leaned forward, his expression intense. "We have long observed humanity from afar, Captain. Your species possesses unique abilities, a resilience and adaptability that far surpasses our own. We believe that you may hold the key to unraveling the mystery of our affliction." Aria's brow furrowed. "I'm not sure I understand. How could we possibly help?" Xyloth's next words sent a chill down her spine. "I need you to examine my body, Captain Novak. Personally." Skepticism and debate. Aria stared at Xyloth in disbelief, trying to process his strange request. "You want me to examine your body? Why me specifically?" The alien commander's gaze never wavered. "Our studies have shown that humans possess a unique intuition, a way of perceiving and understanding that defies logical explanation. We believe that your touch, your senses, may detect something our own technology has overlooked." Aria shook her head, her mind reeling. "I'm not a doctor, Commander. I don't have the expertise to diagnose an alien affliction." "Expertise is not what I require," Xyloth insisted. "I need your human instincts, your innate ability to sense what others cannot." Aria held up a hand, her expression troubled. "I need to discuss this with my crew. This is not a decision I can make lightly. Xyloth inclined his head. I understand, Captain. But time is of the essence. The fate of my species may depend on your willingness to help. Aria left the conference room, her thoughts churning. She gathered her senior officers in the Odyssey's briefing room, relaying Xyloth's request and the dire situation facing the Kalanorians. This is insane, Commander Voss said, shaking her head. We can't just agree to have our captain go poking around an alien's body based on some vague notion of human intuition. I agree it's unorthodox, Lieutenant Commander Petrov chimed in. But if there's even a chance we could help, don't we have an obligation to try? The debate raged on, with opinions divided among the crew. Some saw it as a foolish risk, while others argued for the potential diplomatic benefits of aiding the Kalanorians. In the end, Aria held up a hand for silence. I've made my decision, she said, her voice firm. I will agree to Commander Xyloth's request. We have a chance to make a real difference here, and I won't turn my back on that. Her crew exchanged uneasy glances, but nodded their support. They trusted their captain's judgment, even in the face of such an unprecedented situation. Aria took a deep breath, steeling herself for what lay ahead. She had no idea what she would find when she examined Xyloth, but she knew she had to try. The stakes were too high to refuse. The examination. Captain Aria Novak stood outside the Odyssey's medical bay, taking a moment to compose herself before entering. She had agreed to Commander Xyloth's request, but the gravity of the task ahead weighed heavily on her shoulders. With a final deep breath, she stepped through the doors to find Xyloth waiting patiently on the examination table. Thank you for agreeing to this, Captain, Xyloth said, his voice tinged with a mix of gratitude and apprehension. I know it is an unusual request. Aria nodded, donning a pair of sterile gloves. I'll do my best, Commander, but I need you to guide me through this. I'm not familiar with Kalanorian physiology. Xyloth inclined his head, his iridescent skin shimmering under the bright lights of the medical bay. Of course, Captain. I will assist in any way I can. Aria began the examination, her hands moving over Xyloth's alien form, with a mix of curiosity and caution. She noted the strange texture of his skin, the way his muscles seemed to ripple with an otherworldly energy. As she worked, Xyloth provided guidance, pointing out key areas of concern and explaining the intricacies of Kalanorian biology. Minutes turned into hours as Aria meticulously examined every inch of Xyloth's body, searching for any sign of the mysterious affliction plaguing his species. She found herself marveling at the alien's resilience, the way his body seemed to pulse with a hidden strength despite the dire situation he described. And then she felt it. A subtle irregularity, a barely perceptible anomaly that sent a chill down her spine. She focused her attention on the spot, her human intuition guiding her hands to explore further. Here, she said, her voice barely above a whisper. There's something different about this area, a strange energy, unlike anything I've encountered before. Xyloth's eyes widened, a flicker of hope crossing his alien features. You can sense it then. The anomaly. Aria nodded, her brow furrowed in concentration. It's faint, but it's there, like a whisper just beyond the edge of perception. The alien commander closed his eyes, a look of profound relief washing over his face. You have no idea what this means, Captain. For so long, we have searched for answers, for some glimmer of understanding. And now, thanks to you, we have a chance. Aria withdrew her hands, stripping off her gloves. I'm glad I could help, Commander, but this is just the beginning. We need to understand what this anomaly is and how it relates to your species' affliction. Xyloth sat up, his expression grave. Indeed, Captain, and I fear the truth may be more terrible than we can imagine. A risky experiment. In the Odyssey's science lab, Captain Aria Novak and Commander Xyloth pored over the data from the examination, searching for any clues that might shed light on the mysterious anomaly Aria had detected. I've never seen energy readings like this, Aria mused, studying the holographic display with a furrowed brow. It's almost as if it exists on a different plane of reality altogether. Xyloth nodded, his silver eyes intense. This anomaly, whatever it is, defies our understanding of the universe. And yet, I believe it holds the key to our salvation. Arya turned to face the alien commander, her expression troubled. But how do we even begin to unravel its secrets? We're dealing with forces far beyond our comprehension. Xyloth hesitated for a moment, as if weighing his next words carefully. There may be a way, Captain. A way for you to delve deeper into the mystery, to understand the anomaly on a level that transcends mere physical examination. Arya's eyes widened. What are you suggesting, Commander? A neural link, Xyloth replied, his voice low and urgent. A direct connection between your mind and mine, facilitated by our most advanced technology. It would allow you to experience the anomaly as I do, to see through the eyes of a Kalanorian. Arya took a step back, her heart pounding. That's an enormous risk, Commander. We don't know what kind of effect a neural link with an alien mind could have on a human. Xyloth inclined his head, acknowledging the gravity of his proposal. I know I am asking much of you, Captain, but I believe this may be our only chance to uncover the truth, to find a way to save my species from extinction. Arya closed her eyes, her mind racing with the implications of Xyloth's suggestion. She knew the risks were immense, that there was no way to predict what might happen once their minds were linked. And yet the stakes were too high to ignore. The fate of an entire civilization hung in the balance. All right, she said at last, her voice steady despite the fear coursing through her veins. I'll do it. I'll undergo the neural link. Xyloth's eyes shone with gratitude and relief. Thank you, Captain. You have no idea what this means to me, to my people. As the Kalanorian technicians prepared the neural link apparatus, Arya steeled herself for the unknown. She had no idea what she would experience once her mind was connected to Xyloth's, what horrors or revelations might await her in the depths of an alien consciousness. But she knew she had to try. For the sake of the Kalanorians, for the sake of the alliance she hoped to forge between their two species. With a final deep breath, Arya lay back on the examination table, the neural link device humming to life around her head. She closed her eyes, feeling the first tentative brush of Xyloth's mind against her own. And then, everything went dark. Revelation and resolution. Arya found herself adrift in a sea of alien sensations, her mind reeling as it struggled to process the unfamiliar input flooding her consciousness. Colors she had never seen before swirled around her, while sounds that defied description echoed in her ears. And through it all, the presence of Xyloth's mind loomed large, guiding her through the chaos. Focus, Captain, the alien commander's voice whispered in her thoughts. Let go of your human preconceptions, your limitations. Embrace the anomaly. Let it show you the truth. Arya took a deep breath, or at least the mental equivalent of one, and surrendered herself to the experience. She felt the anomaly envelop her, its energy pulsing through her like a second heartbeat. And then, in a blinding flash of revelation, she saw it. The anomaly was not a mere irregularity, not some isolated quirk of Kalanorian physiology. It was a warning, a harbinger of a threat far greater than any Arya had ever imagined. A cosmic evil, ancient and insatiable, that fed on the very life force of sentient beings. The Kalanorians were merely its latest victims, their affliction a symptom of its insidious influence. Arya gasped, her mind reeling with the enormity of the discovery. She saw the true scope of the danger, the countless civilizations that had fallen before the cosmic evil's relentless advance, and she knew, with a certainty that shook her to her core, that humanity was next. You see it now, Xyloth said, his mental voice heavy with the weight of centuries. The enemy we face, the doom that threatens us all. Arya nodded, her resolve hardening. We have to stop it, Commander. We have to find a way to fight back. And we will, Xyloth replied, his mind pulsing with a fierce determination. Together, our two species may have a chance. Your human ingenuity, your indomitable spirit, combined with our advanced technology, it may be enough to turn the tide. Aria felt a surge of hope, tempered by the daunting task ahead. She knew it would not be easy, that the battle against the cosmic evil would test them all to their limits and beyond. But she also knew that they had no choice. The fate of the galaxy, of all sentient life, depended on their success. With a final pulse of understanding, Aria severed the neural link, her mind returning to her own body with a jolt. She sat up, her heart racing, and met Siloth's silver gaze. "We have work to do, Commander," she said, her voice ringing with a new sense of purpose. "Let's gather our best minds, our bravest warriors. We have a universe to save." Siloth inclined his head, a fierce grin spreading across his alien features. "Indeed we do, Captain. Indeed we do." And so, the ISV Odyssey and the Kalnorian Empire embarked on a new mission, a desperate quest to unravel the secrets of the cosmic evil and find a way to defeat it. They knew the odds were stacked against them, that the enemy they faced was unlike any they had ever encountered before. But they also knew that they had no choice. For in the face of annihilation, in the face of a threat that sought to extinguish the very spark of life itself, there could be no surrender, no retreat. There could only be the indomitable human spirit, the unyielding determination to fight, to survive, to triumph against all odds. And with that spirit, that determination, they would face the darkness head-on and light the way to a brighter future for all.